subject for today's video is actually one of my best friends who's 46 years old and he recently got divorced. And he started dating again and he is killing it when it comes to dating. And I'm not talking about like older women, younger women. That's the thing that was so mind-blowing to me and him. Right now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, yo, it's because he's rich. The dude has a dad bod and drives a Camry. Well, the other day I meet him for coffee and he starts telling me about some of these dates that he's going on and showing me the women. And my mind literally was blown. I'm like, dude, like I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking to myself, how in the hell is this dude landing these like young, beautiful, spicy ass senoritas? And I asked him, I go, do they all have like daddy issues? And he started laughing. He's like, I don't think so, but does it matter? Today, I'm gonna answer the question why these younger women are so attracted to older men. All right, number one is the lack of neediness. Older dudes aren't as needy and like desperate as younger dudes, right? They're like, yo, been there, got the t-shirt. I also have child support payments that I have to pay to my ex, right? And so they're not as desperate, right? One of the things and mistakes that a lot of younger dudes make is that they become so obsessed with somebody who's pretty or attractive that they almost like lose their mind, right? Older dudes are like, yo, whatever. If you want to be with me, great. If you don't, whatever. Which brings me to number two. Older dudes typically don't play games like younger guys, right? They're not sitting there thinking about, oh, how long should I wait to text her? Or should I act like I'm not, whatever. Older dudes are like, I don't have time for the games, and so they don't play them. And this is something that's incredibly attractive. Which brings me to number three. They know what they want and they're not afraid of commitment. All right, one of the other mistakes that a lot of young dudes make is that they're like, I don't know, maybe the grass is greener on the other side of the spicy fence, right? Older dudes are like, yo, I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to play games. This is what I want. I want you. Do you want to be with me? If so, congratulations. You're going to get a mature, respectable, chivalrous dude, which brings me to number four. They are more respectful and chivalrous. A lot of young dudes are not chivalrous. They're not gentlemen. They're still acting like little boys. And so they don't respect a woman the way that an older dude does. And this is something that younger women find incredibly intoxicating. Something else they find intoxicating, honestly, is that they are more experienced when it comes to satisfying a woman, all right? And this is something that I've heard time and time again. Older dudes are all about the seduction. They're all about taking their time because they're like, yo, I'm an older dude and I'm gonna definitely try to rock this young spicy senorita's mind, and so I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna initiate more foreplay. I'm gonna take my time. Women perceive older dudes as being more patient or taking their time or not as selfish in the bedroom department, which is something that's crazy sexy. Guys, the one thing I can tell you from experience, all right, and I am an older gentleman, all right, is slow it down, right? Don't try to real quick like do your thing, right? And even though you're watching the movies that are designed for dudes and not women, you got to understand that women take a lot more time typically to get revved up, to get their mind going and ready for action. And it starts earlier than when you just get into the bedroom, right? Earlier in the day, you got to be having that foreplay, talking a little bit of nasty, sexy stuff. You got to work up, build it up, right? It's all about the anticipation. And then when you do it, slow down. Now, if you're like, yo, Alpha, I'm having a difficult time doing it. ED, gentlemen, it happens to the best of us. And as you get a little bit older, it happens typically a little bit more frequently. But the good news is that Roe, today's video sponsor, is here to help. Introducing Roe Sparks, all right? It actually dissolves underneath your tongue, which means it's going to work faster than traditional ED medications, which is awesome because what is not awesome is sitting there waiting around being like, yo, when's this thing gonna kick in, right? Doing backwards math in your head. No, literally, Sparks works in about 15 minutes and keeps you ready, as in like you're ready for up to 36 hours. And the reason is because Sparks is a 2-in-1 compounded medication containing both sildenafil and tadalafil, two potent active ingredients in the leading ED treatments. And the beautiful thing is that Roe is 100% online, which means you don't have to drive to the doctor's office or stand in line at a pharmacy. If prescribed, your medication is going to be delivered directly to your door in discreet packaging. Guys, if you're curious to see if Roe Sparks is right for you, head to the link in the description and start your online visit today. The next reason why a lot of younger women are interested in older men is mentorship and leadership. Even though that may sound a little bit weird, because oftentimes we associate mentorship with like career or life goals and objectives, when the truth is that a lot of times these younger people, when they actually hook up with somebody that is older, is actually looking for a more solid direction or better advice through the experience that they've actually acquired through just living. And so that's one of the benefits and byproducts of dating somebody that's older. They've got more life experience that they can share to help you basically avoid some of the mistakes that possibly they made. The next trait that's incredibly attractive is calling them on their bullshit. Unfortunately, a lot of young dudes that date attractive women or women in general will put up with a lot of nonsense. And a lot of times what they're doing is testing you to see if you'll put up with their shit. Well, older dudes are like, yo, F this. If you act like an ass, I'm going to call you an ass. And you're not going to do that or behave that way around me. I'm not interested. I don't want to play games, but I also expect you not to play games with me. Older dudes a lot of times don't have time for the drama. Been there, got the t-shirt, which is another trait that's incredibly attractive, and that is less drama. Now, sure, you're going to have to deal with his ex-wife occasionally or his kids, but the truth is that a lot of times older men have less drama or chaos in their life like a lot of younger people do, which brings me to another trait. They kind of got the wild days behind them. One of the problems with dating somebody your own age, especially if you're young, is that you're still trying to figure it out. You're still going out trying to be all, fun and doing all the things that you want to do because it's fun and exciting and oh my God, I need to go out on every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. When older dudes are like, yo, I just want to kind of hang out, go to a nice dinner, go home, do some sexy stuff, and go to bed. They're not out running and going crazy and getting blackout drunk. They're like, yo, I got a job. I can't. I'm not interested. I used to do that, but I don't anymore, which is something, once again, that is incredibly attractive and desirable, and that is you being stable. Stability is one of the most attractive traits out there, especially for somebody who is young, who's still kind of in chaos and trying to figure things out. And so you seek and you search stability because you're feeling so unstable in your mind. And that's one of the other upsides and attractive traits that an older man will actually offer. Something else is financial stability. All right, I'm not saying you got to be killing it. I'm not saying that you can only get younger women if you are rich. Does it hurt? No. But financial stability is definitely something that is sexy. A lot of younger dudes don't have a lot of extra money because, once again, you're still hustling, you're still grinding, you're still trying to climb that corporate ladder. A lot of times when you're in your 40s or 50s, this is the time when you're like, yo, I've worked my ass off and I am going to enjoy the fruits of my labor. It doesn't mean that I have a yacht or a Lambo, but it means that I can afford to go on vacation. I can afford to go out to dinner. I can afford to buy you a present when I want to buy you a present. And the last trait that is honestly the most attractive and desirable is confidence. You knew it was coming, but as you age, you become a little bit more comfortable in your own skin. You're not as desperate. You're not as trying to impress people. You know what you're about. And this is, in my opinion, and apparently women's opinion, the sexiest trait a man can possess. Confidence. We talk about it all the time. If you're young and have it, great. But as you age, it's going to develop. It's going to almost like harden and become a part of you. And this is something that is undeniable. And when somebody meets a man with confidence, and if he's well-groomed, smells good, takes care of himself physically, there is nothing, but nothing sexier.